Hello, a very good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel Spiritual Territory. Today, in this video, we will be going to discuss about the two major facts, or the two, the one positive advantage and one negative disadvantage of the invisibility of God that we can see in this material creation. Because God is not visible to us just like ordinary people, we start believing that uh, God doesn't exist in the creation, or there is no God in this creation because we can't see Him. Like this, many people just in the beginning only they uh, declare that uh, they strictly or uh, they strictly declare within themselves that I will not believe the God because I can't see Him. Therefore, I will not take that burden to engage myself in the process of devotion. So they feel burden to to uh, to do the enquiry about the real mystery behind the invisibility or the disappearance of the Supreme Lord. So like this, the ordinary people or the common man just in the beginning only they come to one conclusion that God doesn't exist because I can't see Him. Like this, the atheistic uh, the atheistic philosophies or the all the philosophies of the atheists start or begin from this point only, and it continues. So the philosophies of the atheists keep on continuing like that in the mode of ignorance. So this is the disadvantage of the invisibility of the God. And what is the advantage? So the advantage is, if the human being just tries to devour or he tries to curb or subdue his arrogance, and he by applying all his patience, complete patience, by tolerating all the challenges he used to face in the path of devotion, by tolerating all that and by tolerating the infamy of the society, when we start this journey of inquiring about the existence of the God, then definitely that becomes our advantage or the positive uh, positive benefit of the invisibility of the God, that it is actually the benefit also and it is also the disadvantage also. There are both disadvantages and advantages of the invisibility of the God. So this is the fact that or this is the topic we are going to discuss more deeply through the chapter through the context of chapter 16 of Bhagavad Gita, which describes about the uh, divine and non-divine attributes of the uh, divine and non-divine attributes of the living souls or the conditioned souls. So this is the chapter number 16 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that is Shodashodhyaya. That in this in verse number 2, Lord Krishna says that he speaks about the divine attributes or the attributes of the divine souls. He says that ahimsa satyam akrodastyaga shantir paishunam daya bhuteshvalolutvam mardavam ह्रीरचापलम तेज क्षमा धृति शौचम द्रोहो नातिमानितः भवन्ति संपदम दैवी मभिजातस्य भारत. So Lord Krishna says that non-injury, truthfulness, absence of anger, renunciation, tranquility, absence of calumny, compassion to beings, uncovetousness, gentleness, modesty, absence of fickleness, and boldness, forgiveness, fortitude, purity, absence of hatred, absence of pride, these all qualities belong to one who is born for a divine state, O descendant of Bharata. So the Supreme Lord Krishna is saying that the one who is always merciful or compassionate towards the other living beings, or who is always uh, who, and whose all actions and reactions are just non-injurious towards the whole society or towards the all the other living entities, and who always speaks the truth, who is inside whom there is always the absence of anger. So the person who is actually the one who possesses the divine attributes of the quality of the divine nature, he inside him there is always one peace or his mind always stays in a peaceful state, in a very calm state. I mean, there is no anger in his mind until and unless there is some major emergency, or there is any extreme difficulty only. They, when there is need to show some anger, then only he becomes little bit furious or rage. Otherwise uh, there is no any kind of anger in such kind of living being who is blessed with the divine attributes or the of the divine nature in the creation of the Supreme Lord. And then comes the uncovetousness, gentleness, modesty, absence of fickleness or the fickle mindedness. So there is no fickleness or the restlessness like the ordinary people who is uh, victims of, who are the victims of the demoniac nature of in this material creation. So such kind of fickleness is it will be not there inside the soul who is blessed with the divine attributes. And then comes the teja, shama, dhriti, shocham, droho, natimanita, bhavanti, sampadam, daivi, abhijatasya bharata. So the boldness, forgiveness, fortitude, purity, absence of hatred, absence of pride, these belong to one born for a divine state. So boldness, the one who is bold or strong in his faith on what he thinks or what he does, and the one who always ready to forgive the others easily, and the one who is who has fortitude, purity, absence of hatred, the one who actually is devoid of all kinds of hatred towards others, and the inside the whom there is always absence of pride or arrogance. These belong to one born for a divine state, O descendant of Bharata. So the one who is blessed with these kind of divine attributes of the divine nature of the Supreme Lord Krishna, so such kind of people are only qualified to understand the uh, existence of God. So such kind of people only do the inquiry, or they with all their whole with all their patience they continue to march in this path of spirituality or the God realization. Otherwise the one who are I mean the people who become the victims of the demoniac nature, they easily give up this process of spirituality, and they become the victims of arrogance, and they start believing themselves that they are only the lord of the nature, or they are only the controllers. They have to only take up this charge of life, and they have to lead their life, and they start disturbing the others also, uh, other people also, and they try to drag others also in the difficulties, in the problems, because they are under the problem. They had totally given up the path of spirituality, that that God is there, somebody who is actually ready to manage or to control our lives. So because they have given up, now they struggle for their own existence, and they also drag the others also to struggle for their existence. So such a kind of disturbance and violence, these all creatures who are the victims of demoniac nature, they just keep on creating the turbulence in this whole creation, in this material world, just by doing all kinds of sins whimsically as they wish. So come, so let's come discuss about the qualities of the demoniac nature, the people who possess the demoniac attributes. So here comes in the after the second and third verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, there comes the fourth verse, which is about the demoniac natures, that the Supreme Lord Krishna is saying that दम्भो दर्पो अभिमानश्च क्रोधो पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थ सम्पदम् आसुरीं. So here the Supreme Lord Krishna is saying that obstination, arrogance, self-conceit, anger, harshness, ignorance belong to one who is born of demoniac nature, asurika state. So here the Supreme Lord Krishna is saying that obstination, arrogance. So the one who is very stubborn, who is very arrogant, he just wants to, however, kick all the rules and regulations of the spirituality. He don't want to understand the process of the spiritual realization, of the process of the God realization. He don't wants anybody to be above him. He always wants himself, everybody to, he wants himself to be always appreciated in the world. He wants himself only to have the self conceit. He wants that his everybody should walk on his concept only, on their own concept only. So harshness, ignorance, these all qualities belong to the people who are born of the asurika state or the demonic natures. So they never want to give up their material conditions or their beliefs, that how they have made that they totally disobey they totally ignore, they completely come to one conclusion that there is no God in this creation, and they start behaving whimsically, without thinking that whether their actions will cause the harm, or whether their actions will cause benefit or harm to the others. Without thinking all that, they just proceed and do whatever their mind says to them. So they are just slaves of their mind, or the puppets of their own senses of the body. So how the physical senses, our body, how their body drives them, they just go in that way only. They don't think, or they don't look back that whether they are having the benefit or whether they are having the loss in this in their belief system. That they don't think all that, and they just proceed. So this is the quality of the demoniac people, or the entities who are the victims of the demoniac nature. Then in the verse number after the second and third, after the fourth verse, there is the fifth verse, which is saying that Daivi Sampad Vimokshaya Nibandhaya Asuri Mata Mashucha Sampadam Daivim Abhijato Asi Pandava. So here God is saying that the divine state is deemed to make for liberation, the Asurika for bondage. Grieve not, O Pandava, thou art born for a divine state. So here the Supreme Lord Krishna is saying that, oh my dear Arjuna, the people who are bound, or who are the victims of this demoniac state of nature, they grieve not for liberation. So they don't have so they totally fail. So they just give up, and they say that, oh, there is no need for liberation. So they have totally given up, and they uh, they think that there is no possibility for liberation. No, their problems are permanent, and in this problem only I have to only lord this nature. I have only to control this my own life. So like this, they start believing, and they live in the ignorance. They face all the troubles, and they drag others also in that illusion. Under that illusion, they make others also feel the same sufferings, and they and uh, and they, like that, they completely lead their whole lives under the delusion and ignorance, and in the darkness only. So the Supreme Lord Krishna is saying that, oh, thou art born for a divine state. O Pandava, thou art born for a divine state. You don't grieve. Means the Supreme Lord Krishna is saying that you don't belong. He is saying to the Arjuna that you don't belong to such kind of demoniac nature. You are my devotee, the blessed devotee. So therefore you don't have to grieve or lament about your own existence. I am there to completely take care of you. So the Supreme Lord Krishna is giving him the courage and strength to hold faith in him and to continue in the war. So Like this, there are these are the differences between the divine and demoniac attributes of the conditioned souls in this material world. So according to this point of view, we can see that because we can't see the Supreme Lord in this material world, therefore he don't exist. So if we keep on carrying this concept, then definitely we can never see him. We have to take the inspiration from the lives of the great devotees like Prahlad Maharaj or the Dhruva Maharaj, who was just fixed in a steady determination, who was who whose faith was just unshakable and undeviating, that nobody was able to deviate their minds, or they were unable to push them in the troubles or problems and make them the slaves or victims of the problems of the material world, and suffer or give up the process of devotion. So nobody was able to do, because they have strictly followed the rules and regulations of the spirituality, how the god have made the rules, regulations and principles of the spiritual life. They have completely followed that, and they have because they have strictly followed that, they were able to continue and stay strong and still in the process of this spiritual path, and they were able to face all the big problems which are just unimaginable for the ordinary people like us, that we can't imagine that if such kind of problems come in our lives, then definitely we will be unable to bear the those kind of cosmic risks, that though at which kind of or which level of problems were given to the Prahlad Maharaj, that we can't imagine. So even in that state also, whether he was being pulled inside the fire, whether he is being pushed from the mountain top, from the peaks of the mountain. So in every condition he was just able to take the problem or see the problem from the point of view of the that everything is just the is inside everything. He was seeing the Supreme Lord only, inside the mountains, inside the people who are pushing him from the top of the mountain, inside the air which was touching him while he was falling down from the mountain top. So inside everything he was able to just see the Supreme Lord Krishna only, the Supreme Lord Vishnu only. So therefore, that like that only the Supreme Lord was, because by seeing his faith, his unshakable faith, the Lord became helpless to just he because the devotees blindly trusting him. So therefore he was he took the charge, and he always he he was always there to protect him in every condition of his life. So therefore we have to stay like that, like a sincere child or like a sincere devotee in the under the grace of the Supreme Lord Krishna, under the grace of the Guru. Then only we can stand still and continue in this process of bhakti, and we can see the Supreme Lord someday in our life. So like regarding this, the invisibility and visibility of the god. So that demons or the ignorant foolish people, they think that because we can't see the god in this creation, so therefore there is no god. I am only the god, I am only I am only the controller of the whole nature or of my own life. So Ishvaraha aham bogi. So this is the actually the concept of the materialists or the ignorance or the demoniac people uh, who just want to enjoy this material nature. So they think that Ishvaraha aham bogi, that I am only the Lord of the material nature, by seeing that little bit blessings of their intelligence, or either by their complexion, if they are blessed with some beauty, then they start thinking that I am only the god, I am only the maintainer, I am only the controller of the creation. So like that they start believing, and they don't accept others, or they don't uh, believe that there is some superior entity or the supernatural force to control all the humanity. So they don't accept that fact. They start continuing like that only, because I can't see any god, so there is no god, I will not believe. That is their steady determination of the ignorance, of the foolishness, of their own foolishness. And then comes the another sect that simply surrenders themselves, and these sect of the people who actually strongly believes that there is no god, they try to always drag or put us in the troubles or problems by um, by showing that, oh, you have totally surrendered, you have given up, you are foolish, you have given up, you trust on somebody who don't exist, so you are the weak, you are the fool. Like that they try to scratch our ego, and they try to bring us in the problems, in the center of the problems, and they try, and like that they try to prove themselves great by 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 putting us down, by putting those who are actually sincere, who sincerely devote their lives and in the hands of the god, they try to drag them in the problems, just like how Hiranyakashipu tried to drag Prahlad Maharaj in the, or he tried to put Prahlad Maharaj in problems. Similarly, these all things keep on continuing in this material world. Every that person who is uh, he, who don't want the spirituality, or who don't believe in the god, is just like that Hiranyakashipu only, who will always try to pull us in the, who will always try to put us in the center of the problems. So therefore we have to very carefully associate with the people uh, who are free from all such kind of contaminations of the demoniac natures, because at every step we will see that if somebody is little bit beautiful, or he is blessed with some intelligence or with some power, and he is following the wrong path, then definitely the people, some ordinary people, the helpless people, they surrender to the such kind of people, and they start following the wrong path, or the path of adharma, or the irreligion. Just like Karna, the great Karna, how he was just by in the state of his helplessness, that nobody was accepting him inside the kingdom, because he was a Sutaputra, he belongs to one tribal family. Just because of that, nobody was accepting him in the kingdom. So because he was placed in that helpless condition, he had forgotten the Supreme Lord Krishna, and he surrendered to Duryodhana. That same thing is happening, happens in this material world. That when we stay helpless, if we see somebody who is beautiful, and he is encouraging us towards the wrong path, we just take that, and we blindly continue, and we blindly continue in the path of the wrong people, and we give up our own spirit of devotion, our own happiness, we kill our own faith, our own happiness, our own peace of mind, we kill everything, and we just follow the wrong path. So like this, our whole existence is, it becomes miserable. So due to the one sinful, or due to the one irreligion, or the one hater or demoniac person, the whole society will keep on feeling the misery, or the uh, pain of the sufferings. And similarly, due to one strong devotee, somehow in some part, some people will feel the happiness or the positive vibration due to the presence of at least one sincere devotee in the whole creation of the material world. So therefore, always try to become that one devotee, like Prahlad Maharaj or the Dhruva Maharaj, who had always tried to apply their full faith in the process of spiritual realization or the God realization, and totally stood away from all kind of contaminations of the demoniac people or the demoniac associations. So like this, we have to follow, and we have to always crave to see the Supreme Lord someday, just like the ordinary person. So when we crave sincerely to see the Supreme Lord Krishna or Supreme Lord Vishnu, then definitely he will appear in front of us. He will, when we crave to for his protection, then he will be always ready to protect us. So therefore we have to crave, to see him, we have to crave to seek his security or supreme protection. So we can see, who can be more beautiful than such kind of great Supreme Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord Krishna? Who can be more beautiful than him? Nobody can be more beautiful than him. Nobody can be so heroic and protective than the Supreme Lord Krishna or the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Nobody can be more heroic or protective than the Supreme Lord Krishna or Supreme Lord Vishnu. You just seek the prayers, you just seek the mantras, you just seek the positive association of the devotees, and then see the magic that how the Supreme Lord Krishna or the Supreme Lord Vishnu always protects you in every condition of your life. He is so powerful, and uh, he is so omnipotent, uh, who is so powerful in the whole creation, that just by chanting his holy name only, the devotees become free from all kind of problems. So just imagine, if his holy name is so potent, if his holy name is so powerful, then just imagine how powerful the Supreme Lord Krishna or the Supreme Lord Vishnu can be, how powerful he can be. So just imagine, just measure, just try to realize or visualize the power of the Supreme Lord, that how powerful he can be. He is very powerful. So therefore just trust the process of devotion, just be humble, just give up all your arrogance, your pride, and just surrender yourself to the holy name. At least just surrender yourself to the holy name, to the of the Supreme Lord Krishna, and then see, his holy name is enough to just liberate us from the problems of the material world. He himself is very powerful, that is very far. His power is his power can't be estimated by the ordinary souls of the living entities. So therefore take this process of spiritual realization, stop hating the devotees, stop uh, unaccepting the truth, and just continue in this process of spiritual realization, in this process of God realization, and stay connected with the reality of the life, that God is there. Someday I have to uh, someday I have to see him, however I have to see him. Thank you.